Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us and welcome to Wednesday Night Live. We got some fun games, great worship, and Pastor Matt's going to give us his second message from Exiles. We have some great events coming up this Sunday, September 13th. Come join us for prayer and movie night. We're going to have some moments of prayer, and then we're going to watch a movie and connect and have some great fun. Kona Ice is going to come out and serve us up. On September 20th, we're going to have our first ever Collide Clubs. We're going to have soccer, volleyball, and basketball. We have some great leaders who want to connect with you and just have some fun playing some sports. So come join us on the 20th for our Collide Clubs. Well, that wraps up our announcements, guys. Don't forget to like and comment to enter into the contest for the prize tonight. So let's get started.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. We're going to play a game that you may have seen last school year. You got Daniel, my name is Matt, and off camera is Alicia. All right, so we're going to play a game called Put It on a Cracker. We're going to ask some trivia questions, and if you get the question wrong, then you have to pay the price. We have a assortment of toppings for our cracker, and what happens if we get a question wrong, we're going to roll a number, and then that many toppings will have to go on our cracker, and we're going to have to eat it. So we want you guys to play along at home by writing your answers in the comment section. You can tell us what you think the worst possible combination of ingredients might be. So let's look at our ingredients really fast, and we'll see real quick what we got here. All right, so on our cracker, you might be able to have hot sauce, strawberry jelly, syrup, ketchup, mayonnaise, peaches, jelly, cheese, chocolate, meat. Did I say sprinkles? There's also sprinkles. Did I say sprinkles? So we're going to go ahead and jump in and play. Again, you guys comment along and wish us luck. And Daniel's up first. All right, Daniel has selected Bible trivia. Daniel, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. In how many days did God create the world? How many days did God? Is that your final answer? Daniel's saying 6.
Final answer.
That is correct, Daniel. It was almost a trick question.
I know.
Because some people say 7, but on the 7th day, Daniel on top of it.
He took a break on the 7th day.
Not
asleep, so I paid attention to the part.
All right, here we go. Daniel, what is the third book of the Bible?
Leviticus.
That is correct. Man, Daniel.
How do you...
Flying, man. What was one of the gifts that Jesus received as a baby?
Frankincense.
Sorry, there's 4 options. Silver, myrrh, Frankenstein, and fish.
No, that's a joke.
Myrrh.
Myrrh is the correct answer. Yes, essential oils for baby Jesus. Jacob had how many sons? How many sons did Jacob have?
13.
13 sons. Now, Daniel can't see the options. So you guys at home have an advantage. The answer is 12. 12. Oh. All right, so Daniel finally got a question wrong after showing off all of his smarts. Daniel, you've got a wheel on the board that has 5 numbers, 1 through 5. So this is how many toppings will go on your cracker. 5, up to 5. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, as you get your plate, we're going to go ahead and roll, decide your fate. Daniel, 3.
Yes.
3 toppings. That's a good number.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Daniel, we're now going to pivot to find which 3 toppings these are going to be. So we're just going to do this 1, 2, 3. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Spin number 1.
Going to the country.
It's peaches. Nice, man. He was feeling it. All right. Daniel's got some peaches. All right. Number 2. Number 2 is syrup or syrup. Depends, syrup or syrup. All right, so yeah, we're doing okay. Daniel's got peaches and syrup or syrup.
Slimy cracker.
Okay, here we go. Last one. Number 3.
If you got chocolate.
That would be good.
Oh, it was so close to chocolate. You got meat. No. All right, Daniel. Good luck. Let's see
Here we
what you
go.
got, man.
Okay, here we go.
4,
Final countdown.
3.
Let me get some of the sauce here.
Oh, man, he's going for it.
1. Oh, he went all in.
Yeah. You can't just take a half bite.
Oh no, not at all.
That's not bad, right?
Oh, he likes it. Oh
Could be
man,
worse.
he likes it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not
Okay.
fun.
No, that's not bad. Alesha,
Yes.
who was Andy's neighbor in Toy Story?
I know it's Sid, but I'm freaking out.
Do you think it's Sid? Is
Yes.
that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. There you go. So you just gotta trust yourself. Okay, in Lilo and Stitch, Ohana means family.
Yes.
You believe it with all your heart?
Yes.
All right, it's a great movie, underrated. Great soundtrack. And you got the right answer. Family.
Family.
Okay, let's jump down. Okay, here we go. We're gonna jump down to this question.
Why am I shaking? There's no reason. It's just crackers.
It's just crackers
It's just
and a
crackers.
whole bunch of
Mayonnaise.
toppings.
And mayonnaise.
All right. As a lad, how many eggs did Gaston eat for breakfast?
5 dozen eggs. 12 dozen eggs? It depends how old was he.
We said when I was a lad, I ate
Oh,
blank dozen or how many eggs?
either 5 or 8. I ate 5.
Okay,
I wanna say
I'm gonna go
5.
ahead and give you options here. This is a courtesy. Is it 5 eggs, 3 dozen, 4 dozen, or 5 dozen
I
eggs?
think it's 5 dozen.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
The answer is 4 dozen eggs. Oh no! You goofed.
I done a goof.
You goofed. All right, so we're sending Alicia now to the number wheel to spin a random number. You ready for this?
No.
No. Here we go.
It's gonna give me all the ones that I told you.
1 through 5.
Got some gum.
Oh, Alicia, you got a 2.
Yes.
That's the second best number you could have gotten. All right, so here we go. Alicia has two
It's
toppings.
gonna be the worst one.
2 toppings, and we're going. No. Pretty sure.
Excuse me.
Oh no. Alicia's first topping is mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. This was my like out of all the toppings on the table, most afraid of mayonnaise. All right,
I did this to myself.
you did. All right, here we go.
You get meat, that won't be too bad.
That's true. And with the mayonnaise, you get
Why are you laughing?
strawberry jelly.
That's what I said.
That's like the weirdest, like
You predicted it.
yeah, it's like it's like kind of like a cream,
Yeah.
strawberry and cream.
Yeah. Just think of it as
Strawberry.
strawberry ice cream.
Yeah.
Egg flavored cream.
Well,
Well,
go ahead, make your treat, Alicia. It's gonna be awesome.
Let the games begin.
No. I didn't want it to be the moment.
Chug, chug, chug.
chug crackers.
Eat it.
Eat it, eat it,
Eat
eat it.
it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Yeah! And the moment of truth.
It's not bad, is it? Oh, it's bad.
Oh,
It's
could be worse.
oh,
Yep. Uh-oh.
the mayonnaise hit.
Ready.
First question.
Ready.
Who said a wizard is never late, nor is he early? He arrives precisely
Oh,
when
I
he
know
wants
this
to.
one. That's Gandalf.
How?
Gandalf, because I love those books and movies, Lord of the Rings.
Oh wow, you got lucky with that.
That's the right answer.
And you are correct, sir.
Yes, that's right.
It is Gandalf.
Gandalf the Grey.
Oh my goodness.
Second question.
Girls.
Which superhero's real name is Bruce Banner?
Oh, that's the Incredible Hulk.
You are correct.
I should not have to eat anything.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
That
Oh,
would be the best
uh-oh.
option.
Here we go.
Okay.
This is going to stump you.
Okay.
I'm sure of it.
Watch him be so easy with it.
What is Taylor Swift's middle name?
What?
Your choices are
What?
Oh, thank you.
Amanda,
She looks like an Amanda.
Audrey,
And Audrey.
Allison,
Ooh.
or Andrea?
Andrea. I don't know. I mean, Taylor Swift. They all start with A?
They do.
Interesting.
Taylor A. Swift.
Taylor A. Swift.
Where's the
Swift.
Swifties out there?
Taylor Swift. Well, I'm going to guess
You want to hear him again?
Allison.
You are correct.
Yes! How about that?
That is good.
How about that, Taylor Swift? Taylor Allison Swift. You're lucky.
In Gilmore Girls,
No.
I knew it! Give me something!
No, my wife loves Gilmore Girls.
oh, you might get this then.
No, I don't.
Who is not someone that Lorelai dated? Your options are Luke,
Is one of them Joe?
Jason, Christopher, or Logan.
I have no idea. I know I have heard the name Lorelai before. Lorelai, I'm pretty sure, is the mom. And the daughter's name is, they both start with L, I think. Lucy, no. I have no idea. I'm going to say Lorelai. Lorelai
You want to hear him again?
is Luke.
Oh.
Final answer?
Yeah.
No.
Final answer, no.
The correct answer is Logan.
Logan.
And your number is 4, sir.
4.
Four!
Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
not so bad for first spin.
Not so bad.
Could have been 5. Could have been 5. Could have been worse.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Your first of 4 toppings is
Meat.
Meat.
strawberry jelly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it rolling. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Second spin, second topping, mayonnaise.
No.
It is.
No.
2 more to go.
Mayonnaise is the worst.
It is the word.
It is the
It
worst.
is. It
Doesn't
is.
belong on anything.
It doesn't belong in anything. No, it
You
doesn't.
shouldn't be here.
Why does it exist?
Forgot the
Okay.
Yeah, there are no peas. So peas are frozen, aren't they, all the time?
That's just strawberry jelly again.
Okay. Yeah.
peas. More starter.
Okay.
More strawberry jelly.
Third topping, sprinkles.
Hey.
Are you kidding me?
Sprinkles.
This tastes like cream jelly.
All right. Fourth and final topping, chocolate.
No!
No.
You're
Chocolate?
kidding!
It is peaches.
Peaches.
Okay.
Dude, this is straight up fruit.
Final topping.
Oh. Ah, yes.
Here we go.
ASMR.
It's a little rumbly in the tummy.
I don't like it. I don't like that.
Why? Describe us what you're tasting.
Okay, so I don't like it. I really don't like that.
What's up, everyone? Tonight we're gonna play Would You Rather. And the first items up are: would you rather travel by boat or travel by plane? I think I would choose plane. It's faster, and I think I'd get sick on a boat.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I've seen Titanic a few times.
Titanic
Not too trustworthy about the boats. I don't know.
Don't trust anybody.
I don't trust them boats. All right, would you rather wear pants all the time or wear shorts all the time? Me personally, I'd like to wear some shorts, some flip-flops, and a tank top if the weather was nice.
Even winter? Because this is all the time.
Then I would just put a t-shirt on.
One of those people that wears shorts no matter what kind
That's
of weather
right.
it is.
Wear shorts. I like shorts. All right, next up. Would you rather stay home and never travel or travel and never be home? That's a tough one. Because I like home, but I like to travel. I guess travel. Because Jesus wouldn't want me to stay home and just go anywhere.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Maybe.
Would you rather visit the depths of the sea or visit outer space? Visit the depths of the sea because I feel like you're less likely to get lost in the sea. If I got lost in space, there's so many horror movies, thrillers like Sandra Bullock and Matthew McConaughey. I'm not about that. No. I would rather see those scary Jurassic-looking whales, you know? Would you rather? Would you rather be an elephant for a day or be a giraffe for a day? Aw, elephants are so elegant.
Really?
Yes, I feel like they're so underrated. They're so cute and so fragile for being big things. And giraffes, if you were to explain a giraffe to somebody, that would sound like the weirdest thing ever. Like, how would you describe a giraffe to someone you've never seen? Oh, you know.
Sounds kind of awkward.
Would you rather drink only milk or drink only soda? Both are so bad for your health.
Milk.
Yes, milk. The calcium is good, but the hormones, no. And soda, that syrup stuff, I feel like I'd rather drink soda because you can go easy on soda with Sprite and not the heavy syrup stuff. Would you rather have a pet chipmunk or a pet hedgehog? I feel like I would lose a chipmunk because they're fast little things. Have a pet hedgehog. Are they sharp like a porcupine? Because I've heard they're not. I've heard
I don't
it's just
think they
hair.
are.
They're not dope. When I
They're
pet
not
one, it
dope.
wasn't.
Oh, they're both so
You
cute.
just pet them this way.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'd rather have a hedgehog because that's more of my speed.
What a week. What a week, you guys. Hey, really glad you guys are here with us. We are really glad that you took the time to join us tonight. Welcome again to Wednesday Night Live. My name is Matt Gardner, and I'm really glad you're here. If I haven't said that enough, just sincerely, we're glad that you're watching. If you're with us in this live premiere Wednesday night, be sure to like and comment. Let us know you're here. Enter yourself into the chance to win a prize, and comment along. Just have some fun. Here's what I want you to do at this moment. Let's say your top 3 favorite foods. So you watch Daniel and I eat some really, really gross food, but what are your top 3 favorite foods? So go ahead and write that in the comment section right now. My favorite 3 foods are probably steak, chicken wings, and pizza. Yeah, like the most basic food, but like I love those foods. Sushi is up there. And sometimes sushi could probably swap in, maybe swap in for chicken wings, but like steak and pizza are kind of at the top. So tell us in the comments what are your favorite three things to eat. You know, guys, we're going to start a very crazy story here in a minute, and we're going to talk about food. But tonight's story and tonight's message is so much more than what we like to eat or don't like to eat. It's about understanding who we really are, right? To actually know and believe, who am I and who are you? And do we understand the answer to that question? Not that we know everything or we're going to have this all figured out, but just kind of the most important bottom level. Who are you? And why does that matter? We're in this series called Exiles. And just to kind of recap, we talked last week about exiles being people who are far from where they want to be. Most often an exile is somebody who gets either kicked out of their home or they get taken away, like by force, away from their home. And at least for right now, they can't go back. Sometimes people get in trouble, and so it's kind of like a punishment to be exiled and sent away, and maybe they have to spend, 5 years living outside of town or something. But a lot of exiles were people who were, for political reasons or maybe even just random reasons, they were taken away from their home, and they can't go back. At least they can't go back right now. So their life is not what they want it to be. They're not in the place that they want to be. And I know for a lot of us, starting this new school year, at home, virtual, just starting a new school year sometimes is like, no, I liked summer. I liked being with my friends. I liked not doing homework. It sometimes feels like I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing the things I want to do, seeing the people I want to see. So we kind of wanted to start here with Exiles because I think we've all felt that way. Whether maybe you've even moved somewhere new and you really miss where you used to live, or you start in a new school year and you really miss summer, or you're doing and not really loving virtual learning and you're like, I just miss, quite honestly, I would miss, being in my classroom with my classmates and my teachers. Like, we've all felt that one way or another. So what do we do with this? And last week we talked about God's invitation for you, that even when you're not where you want to be, even when you're not doing the things that you want to do, God is inviting you to build and grow your life, and most importantly, to build and grow your faith. So Exiles, my life's flipped upside down. I can still build and grow. There's not a season of my life. I can never be so far away that I can't build and grow my faith and build and grow my life. So what does that look like? And we're going to start with the story of Daniel, somebody who was exiled as a teenager, literally taken away from home into a place he did not want to go. And more than just being away from home, they tried to change everything about Daniel to the point that maybe he wouldn't remember who he really was. So let's kind of jump right in. This is the story of Daniel, and every week in September, we're going to look at different parts of his story. And you guys, I promise you, it is one of the craziest stories in the Bible. Like, the stuff that happens to Daniel should all be a movie. I guess they've made some VeggieTale movies about it, but it's really crazy. And we're going to look at some of these stories. Tonight's not like, well, you'll see in just a second. We're in Daniel chapter 1. So we're going to start in Daniel chapter 1, and we're just going to look at some of these important details. Because these names are not necessarily typical names that you and I hear a lot, but they're important names. So it just kind of starts off chapter 1 saying, in the third year of King Jehoiakim of Judah. So Judah, these were the Israelites, the people of God. This is where Daniel and his friends lived. King Nebuchadnezzar, a different king from Babylon. So Judah is this small country at this point. The people of Israel have not done very well, and so they've become this smaller country in Judah. Babylon, on the other hand, big bad country. They're kicking everybody's butt, and you really can't stop Babylon. Whenever they want to do what they want to do, they're going to do it. So Nebuchadnezzar comes in. They basically take over Jerusalem, the capital city, the important city. And the Lord allowed for the Israelites, for the people of Judah, for Daniel and his family to be conquered. And so the king of Babylon, they take all the treasure, looking at verse 2, they take the treasure and the gold and the things inside the temple of Jerusalem, and they bring it back to their home in the city of Babylon. Not only do they take the treasure and all of the things they want, they also take a bunch of people. They kidnap a bunch of people. Specifically, in verse 3, the king ordered, we're going to say Aspenaz, the chief of his court officials, to bring into the king's service some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility. So some of the most important young men and women in Judah and the Israelites, I want to conquer them and then take their students, take their young adults, and bring them to come and serve in my court. So basically the idea is, I'm not only going to conquer this country, I'm going to take away their princes and princesses, their kind of the royalty, the most important families, military families. And what that does is the adults, right, the parents who are still stuck in Judah, they're not going to cause any trouble because Babylon conquered and took their kids away. So if my kids got captured, I'm not going to cause trouble and try to have all of these, insurrections and try to cause, attack Babylonian people, because I don't want my kids to get in trouble. And also there's this other thing of we're going to convince your kids to come back to Babylon and they're going to love it. And here's how it works. So they take all these young men, they take all these young people in verse 4 and verse 5, and the king gives them a daily amount of the royal food and the royal wine. And the plan is they're basically going to go to Babylon High School, right? They're going to be trained for 3 years, and after that, they enter the king's service. So it's kind of like a 3-year academy to be educated, all things Babylon, to be given like all of the finest food and the finest wine and the finest education, because Babylon's really into themselves. So they're like, we're going to turn these Israelites into little mini Babylonians, and then they're going to work for the king. So basically the king is going to just feel really good about himself because he's got all of these like young people that are like, wow, Babylon's amazing. It's so much better than my home. Like that's kind of the plan, right? So among these people that were chosen, among these teenagers, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, in verse 6, some of them were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So these 4 specific names, these 4 specific people that we're going to learn more about in this story. The chief official gave them new names. So think about that for a second. You not only have been conquered and taken away to a new land, to a new place, you're now given new names. We're going to change the way you talk. We're going to change the way you dress, the food that you eat, the place that you live. Oh yeah, and by the way, now you have a new name. Just out of curiosity, just want to pause real quick. If you had a new name, what would you pick for yourself? Like, what would you pick for your name? Also, more importantly, your name, the name that you have, like my name is Matt. What does your name actually mean? Like, do you know what your name means? And I encourage you, if you do, type it in the comment section. We'd love to know what your name means. If you don't, pull up another tab if you can and Google it really fast. Like, it'd be pretty cool to know, like, what does your name actually mean? And why do you have that name? It's just kind of cool to think that, names have stories. There's always something. And if it's like, if your name is, the story is like, my parents just liked it, my mom just really liked that name, that's awesome. That just means your mom loves you and she gave you a name that she really likes. Like, that's what that means. It's incredible. Some of us have family names. Some of us have names with like a Bible background. There's no right or wrong name. There's no bad name. But obviously, your name is like who I am, right? Like, people call, hey, Matt, and I turn around. There are a lot of Matts in the world, so I've been like, yeah, and then it's somebody else. And that kind of hurts my feelings, but I understand. But you guys get the point. Your name is really close to who you are. It's a part of your identity. It's what people call you. These exiles, far from home, are now being encouraged to change who they are, to eat new things, do new things, learn new things, and to completely change your name and change your identity. Thinking about what your name means, I wanted to share with you guys another reason why their names were changed was because they wanted to have a complete erase of their identity and their faith. So these names, Daniel, Mishael, Hananiah, Azariah, they all had faith backgrounds, right? So Daniel's name means God is my judge, or only God can judge me. Love me or leave me alone. And that's anyway. Hananiah, his name is God is gracious. Hananiah means God is gracious. Azariah means God helps, or God helps me. And Mishael means who is like God, or no one is like God, right? So that's what their names mean. And obviously Babylon doesn't worship God, right? They don't follow God. They don't believe in the God of Israel. They have their own ideas of like worshiping fire and stuff like that. So another reason they're like, hey, we can't let you walk around and saying, hey, my name is only God can judge me, right? We don't believe in God. We believe in fire. Fire can judge you. So we're going to change all of your names. So in verse 7, new names, Daniel was now, I'm going to give this my best shot. In verse 7, chapter 1, the chief official gave new names. To Daniel, the name of Belteshazzar, to Hananiah, Shadrach, to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah, Abednego. Now, you guys might recognize those 3 names, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, especially if you've watched the VeggieTale movies of like the fiery furnace. We're going to get to that story because it's wilder than I think most of us realize. So the whole thing, right, this whole story is we've taken you far from home, far from the place you want to be, and now that you're out here in exile, we're going to throw every temptation on you. We're going to invite you to eat and drink things you wouldn't normally eat and drink, to say and do things you wouldn't normally say and do. And even more, we're going to completely erase who you think you are, because we want you to be just like us. So just let's look at Daniel for some inspiration. And I love that they have new names, but Daniel's still like, my name is Daniel. In verse 8, Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine, and he asked the chief official for permission not to defile himself this way. So there's kind of to summarize the story. Daniel says, listen, by the way, I'm still Daniel, and I'm not going to change who I am because I'm living in Babylon. I'm not going to change the way I live because you're asking me to. I'm going to be the person that I believe God has created me to be, and I'm going to do the things that God has asked me to do because I know who I am. I know who I am, and now because of that, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to eat this bad food that's bad for me. I'm not going to drink this wine that's bad for me. I'm going to resolve. Like, resolve is I know without a doubt, I'm 100% certain this is who I am and this is what I'm going to do. The way the story plays out, the guard is like, hey man, and I encourage you guys to read the rest of the chapter, but the guard is like, Daniel, that's great. I'm proud of you, except my job is to make you eat this food and drink this wine. And if I don't, I'll probably be like thrown into a fiery pit. So please. And Daniel's like, listen, me and my friends, give us just a little bit of time, right? Just give me a little bit of time. And let's see, I only want to eat vegetables and I only want to drink water. And then in 10 days, right? He says, just give me 10 days. I want you to compare me and my friends to the other exiles, the other teenagers, and just see like what's going on. So at the end of the 10 days, they looked at Daniel and his friends versus the other students, the other teenagers who were eating the meat and the wine. And Daniel and his friends were physically, mentally, emotionally feeling healthier. Like you could look at them and say, wow, what's going on with those guys? Because everyone else looks sick. Like Daniel and his friends are smarter, faster, stronger, and just happier than everybody else because they didn't compromise to who they were. And they also just knew this is the best thing for me to do. So just because there's pressure to do something else, I'm going to remain true to who I know I am because I know who God is. And that's where it all comes back to us today. For you guys, this is a crazy school year. And you know what? We're going to make the most of it. We're going to build and grow, but we don't make the most of it by compromising who we are. We make the most of it by standing firm, by being resolved and saying, I am a child of God, and I'm not going to cross the line just because life is hard. I'm not going to give up on my identity just because things are different. I want to be somewhere else. I want the school year to be different. I want all of 2020 to be different. But I'm not going to compromise or give up who I am because of that. And you guys, who knows what 2021 will be like? We obviously all hope and pray it's going to be so much better, and I believe it is. But when things are better and things are easy, I'm not going to compromise who I am. When everybody says it's okay to do fill in the blank, if I know and believe in my heart that God would have me do something else, then what's my excuse? Things are too hard, things are too easy. It shouldn't really matter. If I know who I am, then I should know what I'm going to do. And no one else other than the God who loves you and Jesus Christ, the Savior who died for you, can really look you in the eye and say, this is who you are. You are loved, valuable, and you are invited to eternal life in heaven with God. So friends, tonight, and whenever you're watching this video, we want you to remember the invitation that God has given you to accept who you really are as a child of God. If you have made that decision, then I really challenge you this season to consider, in a crazy time, how am I building and growing my life? And are there some things I'm doing that I know I need to cut out and get back to doing the things that are healthier and better for me to build and grow my faith? And if you're like, I know exactly what the thing is, then cut it. I mean, do it. Walk away from it, drop it. If you need help, if you need to talk to somebody about that, please reach out anytime. We'd love to talk with you about that. And be somebody who is encouraging others. Like Daniel is the one who said, hey, you know what? Me and my friends, I'm going to invite them with me to eat the vegetables and drink the water. Right? So if you're one of the, you're like, man, I want to do the right thing. I'm going to invite somebody around me to do the right thing with me. I don't need to do this by myself. I can invite somebody and be a positive influence when there's negative influences around. You guys, we can get, and we will get more into this story because these exiles, their lives only get crazier and crazier, and we'll go through their crazy stories every week. Don't forget, we've got small groups coming up here in just a couple minutes. We hope you guys join us. This week we'll be on Zoom at about 7:45, and then we've got some exciting things coming up with our clubs and maybe some opportunities to watch these messages and enjoy our time back at the building on Wednesday night soon. So we'll get you some more information about that soon, but just know that we love you guys, we're praying for you, and we'll be excited to see you again very soon. See you later.
Like the frost on a rose, winter comes for us all. Oh, how nature acquaints us with the nature of patience. Like a seed in the snow, I've been buried to grow. For your promise is loyal, from sea to sequoia. I know, though the winter is long, even richer the harvest it brings. Though my waiting prolongs, even greater your promise for me like a seed. I believe that my season will come. Lord, I think of your love, like the low winter sun. As I gaze, I am in the light of your brightness, like a fire to the snow. I'm living in your glory. Melt the ice of this wild snow till the barren is beautiful. And I though the winter is long, even richer the harvest it brings. Though my waiting prolongs, even greater your promise will be like a seed. I believe that my season will I can see the promise, I can see the future. You're the God of seasons, I'm just in the winter. All I know of harvest, it's that it's worth my patience. And if you're not done working, God, I'm not done waiting. You can see my promise, even in the winter. You're the God of brings, even in danger. All I know is seasons, that you take your time. Stand still, stand still, oh, the winter is long, the heart sequoia.
Hey, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Don't forget that you can also join us in small groups on Zoom right after this message. You can join and find the information in your email and our newsletter, which is in our bio on our Instagram page. So let us know if you need any help connecting. We'd love to see you at small groups. Don't forget there's going to be clubs and some really cool opportunities coming up really soon. Like this Sunday night, we've got a family prayer and movie night. Really soon, in about a week, we're going to have a high school only event and then a middle school only event. So lots of opportunities to connect. We can't wait to see you guys again very soon in person. And right now we're going to post this week's winner for the weekly DoorDash prize. Thanks again for joining us. We love you guys. We'll see you later.